So hi, it's Iflowboy. I've just plugged my headset in. Just videoing LLZ player going around the track in his white Lamborghini. I'm going to finish the broadcast in a minute, but before I do, I just want to make a comment on what just happened on here. There's a player by the name of Lucy, Luccie. I've seen that player in other rooms. Just going to turn the game volume down. And in other times that she's been in the room, or he, I don't know if it's a he or a she, they've been as equally as rude to other players in the game. Yeah, I can show you a few of my Lamborghinis if you want to see them before you go. Anyway, the reason I'm mentioning her is because I want other players, all my followers and other players in the game to just know that this person's not very nice, and so if you happen to be in a room with that person, just be aware. She basically accused me of downloading the livery for this car, but as you're about to see, vlogs, I'm going to take you in and show you all of my cars. I'll have to get out of this room to do it, but I will show you all of my cars. I have 312 custom liveries in total. Will I go to garage or will I go to, I'll go to livery design, because then you can see the number of liveries I've done. Oh sorry, I'm going to get a gift car first. Oh, make it a Lamborghini. Not my luck, I won't though. Oh joy, another Japanese E86, yay. Come on, hurry up, game. Yeah, so I'm going to jump out of here as quick as I can into livery editor. Come on. And you'll see right here for a start. There you go, you can see open designs right there, 317. Now, it's not 317 individual cars. I've done about 4 or 5 liveries on the same car, but that still means I've done over 300. So I'm going to open up. This was the car she accused me of downloading from somebody else. Oh, some decals could not be loaded. Oh, that's right, there's been a couple that have been withdrawn from the livery editor tool. So this is the car that she accused me of downloading. As you can see, there you go, there's my name, Iflowboy at YouTube. And she's been in car shows where I've had this car on show before, so she or he's just being an absolute dickhead. So that's that car. If I go back and I'll scroll through and show you them all when I go to open design. So these are all my custom design liveries. It's going to go for a while because there's only 6 to a row. But I've designed all these. I'll tell you when anything comes up that's not a custom livery. But so far they're all custom liveries. All my designs. I don't share a lot. In fact, I've only shared 12. The reason I don't share them is because I don't like the fact that people download liveries, so it would make me a hypocrite. Yep, now I think we've reached the end. That's definitely one of mine. That's definitely one of mine. That's one I've started. These are standard. That's one of mine that's not finished. These are standard. All standard. All standard. That's mine. That one there. That's standard. That's standard. Standard, standard, standard. That's one I'm in the middle of designing. I haven't finished it yet. It's the current one. Well, there's 2 that I haven't finished that I'm working on. And this one I just want to do a really simple livery for. I don't want to make it over complicated. Still haven't decided what to do about the bonnet, but I only got this car 2 days ago, and I'm toying with a little grey section in that little area there. The other one that I haven't yet finished, which was my 300th livery, is a BMW E30, which is this baby right here. see I've done a different version because I wasn't sure on the wheels. That's what I mean about there being a few extra liveries on the one car, but these are two separate cars. So I've got 3 of these E30s. I've got stacks of cars. And you saw from the gallery, each one of those pictures represents one car. It doesn't show you the multiple liveries that you might have done for a car. It's showing you your individual cars. This one I'm still just trying to decide whether I want to load it up with decals or not. I'm playing with the decal on the bonnet there. You can see that that's normally BMW colours, like that colour there, the blue and red, but I've actually gone over it and made it the colour scheme to match the car. So I'll probably make the same decal on the other side. In fact, I'll probably do it now just to show you how you do it. I don't know if you do a lot of livery design or not, but if you're interested in getting into it, I certainly recommend you do it. It's a lot of fun. And I'll show you what you're doing. It's the bonnet. So that's the decal there that I'm working on. That one I'm going to get rid of, which is the one on the other side, so that'll go now. And that one there, all I do is do copy on reverse, but when I do that, or duplicate on reverse I should say, when I do that, you'll see it has the original colours. So what I now can do is I can grab these colours I put on the top, so I can grab that one. Now if I duplicate on reverse, it may not be the right angle. Yeah, that's right, I've got to do it another way. Delete that layer and do it again. I've got to use a different... That should... oh no. Oh, okay, because it's the same bonnet. Alright, I've got to flip it, which I can still do. Flip vertically. Nope. Flip horizontally. Now flip it vertically. Alright, I've got to rotate it. Anyway, you can see the idea of what you've got to do. So it's got to go like that and slot into the second spot. Like this. This is how I did the other side. I'm just saving time by not creating them all again. I don't need to replace the red one, although it looks like I have, doesn't it? No, I did. Okay. So I'm just going to do duplicate and reverse as it doesn't do it exactly where I want it, and just spin it. And then move it around and manipulate it. So I don't know if you've done... yeah, look, I've done 300 of them, right? So what you're seeing me do right now probably looks a lot easier than what you find it when you're doing what you're doing, because you've probably only done a few. Alright, and when I'll give me 2 seconds. In fact, no, let me just save this, and what I'll do is, I've just got to save it because I've made some changes. And I'll go in and I'll show you some of my early designs, and you're going to look at them and go, they're crap. And they are. Because that's where we all start. Everybody starts doing crap work. You know, the people that you see that have the thousands of followers, they have those thousands of followers because they've been doing this from the very start of GT Sport. You know, I only started doing this in September, roughly, August, September. I think I did my first proper livery. And I've only got 200 and something followers in the game. I don't know, I've only got 30 something subscribers on YouTube because I don't do a daily broadcast, which is kind of what you've got to do to really build up a following. You've got to be broadcasting every day so that people can go, oh yeah, I'm going to go and jump and watch Iflowboy's, broadcast. The other thing too is I'm not quite sure yet what people really want to see. Like, I race okay. I'm not one of these super quick guys, but I'm probably in the top 15 to 20% in terms of speed when I race. But I don't know whether people want to watch you race, or whether they want to just look at your liveries, or whether they want to look at you designing a livery like I did the other day when I did this. And you'll see it in my list of broadcasts. There's a broadcast that goes for 4 hours and 30 minutes, and it's basically me doing this livery from start to finish. So you'll hear me talking about all the techniques that I use and how you can do the designs. So that's finished saving. So I'll just go back in and I'll find an early design for you. No, go to sort. Oh, sort by date acquired, I think, is probably the best way to do it. So if I go down to the bottom, yeah, I think it's a case of how regularly you broadcast. That's what I think, and I'm not a kid. I don't own a technology company, but I run it, and so I'm very busy doing my day job. This is just kind of like a mental stress relief. Yeah, it's true. I mean, most people seem to comment to say that they like seeing the car shows broadcast. They like seeing the livery stuff. But again, I don't have a big enough audience to know for sure. I'm just trying to find an early one that's representative of how, I don't know, basic I was. That one there's just older than that. Getting close. Well, that one there's probably a good example. Now when you see this, you'll probably fall over in horror. Oh, I've got two of them. I've got two P1s. I'll show you that one in a sec. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's pretty horrible, isn't it? It's not. It doesn't. You don't look at it and go, "Oh yeah, I want one of them." It's and that's not a super early. Well, I want to say it's not super early. I think I did that in the first maybe month to 2 months of me doing the design. So as you can see, it's not great. Which one do you want to see? Do you want to see the black and blue one? I actually love the P1 is my favourite car in the whole game. So I'm glad you obviously like them. There's the blue one, and then here's the red, white and grey one. So I'll show you the blue one first. This is actually my favourite livery. These are earlier iterations of that car. So that's not. I don't have 4 cars. I have 2. Those 2 are 2 cars. But these 2 liveries. That was the first livery I did for the car, and that was the second livery I did for the car. And as I just got better at doing it, I was like, nah, because I love the car so much, I want to do a better livery. So so this is what I ended up with. A lot of work in the lines. Each one of those lines have got to, get the width right, get the length right, and then obviously join them correctly. And then the other tough stuff is doing things like going around the lights. I'll show you another McLaren because it's my favourite. Well, I drive BMWs, but McLaren's probably my favourite brand. When I show you my McLaren Group 4 or GR4 car, the amount of work I did took me 14. Sorry, I should get a preview, give you a better look at it. Now we can concentrate. You can see it took me 14 hours to do the GR3 McLaren. I think they're a 650S. I don't know exactly what it is. See from the roof. Another thing that a lot of people don't do is the mirrors. You'll never see my car, any of my designs, without some stuff on the mirrors, but most people don't do it. There's the top down look. So that's that one. I'll show you the red. I'll show you the red, white and grey one. I think you'll like that too. What's your favourite brand? My name's Sean, by the way, which you would have seen when you went onto Iflowboy. So it's a different sort of design. The problem with this car is you can't put your I can't put my name on the back of it because there's nowhere to put it. So I have to put them on the side or on the front, which I don't like because it sort of clutters up the design a bit. Alright, so I'll show you the yeah, I know, I wish Koenigsegg's were on here, hey. Yeah, I love Koenigsegg's too. Lamborghinis, they were my dream car when I was growing up because there was no such thing as Koenigsegg. But yeah, I love Koenigsegg's as well. I was going to show you the, where is it? There it is. Yeah, I've got not many. I think I've got 2 or 3. I've got a Honda, 2 Hondas, I think. One of them's pretty radical. See this design here? It's an inverted, if you like, JPS design. Instead of it being black with gold, I did a gold with black. And that actual JPS there. Yeah. Ah, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I've sat in a Lamborghini, but I haven't driven one. Even though I've been in lots of car events where people have bought them, I just was running the events and never got a chance to. But this livery took me 14 hours. I'm just zooming in so you can see, so I can explain why. This is a special paint, so if you've gone into the livery editor, you'll know that any of the chrome paint's what they call special paints. And the issue with that is that once you get that paint, the chrome paint, that's it. You get out of that section and you go into using all your decals. You can't go back and get more gold paint, so you can't touch up for any errors. And if I zoom in, you'll see there's some. You can see there on the headlight, the red, the lip coming around that oblique corner as it joins the straight part. It's not exactly matching. I have to probably go and fix that because I'm a bit pedantic about it. But there are some of the challenges when you start to do very intricate design, and especially trying to trace those lines in this McLaren. It's incredibly hard. Yeah, so it took me 14 hours to do this one. Mainly because I had to make the decals, some of them, not those ones there. Those JPSs are standard ones. 14 hours. Took me 14 hours to do this one. Yeah. I didn't do it. It wasn't 14 hours straight. The problem is though, when you start doing them, you do start to lose track of time. And you can find yourself, well, like I said, that video of my 300th, if you see that, when I started doing that, I sort of thought, I'm not going to do a complicated design, so this will, I'll do 2 parts, and the video will probably be about an hour, and before I knew it was 2.5 hours into it, and I just got to the point where I had to keep going because I was on a roll with what I was doing on the design. Alright, so some Lamborghinis. Do you like the Miura? Countach? Diablo? What do you prefer? I've got lots. Oh, it's moved. There you go, 6, 12, 18. Oh no, that one there I haven't done yet, that one. So there's one Lamborghini I haven't done a livery for yet. Yeah, I do. I really enjoy it. Okay, well this is the last one I did, and I actually did this for my nephew. He had his 13th birthday on Sunday, and he's a Lamborghini nut. And because of the COVID-19 or coronavirus, I couldn't go and visit him. So I thought I'll make him a livery, and his name is Bodhi. And so I've put some special decals on there for him, turning 13, so it became number 13. And I went for something different in terms of the colour scheme. It's probably not to everybody's taste, but I wanted it to be different. So, and I called it the Bodinho, as you can see on the rear wing. Not the Venino, but the Bodinho. Yeah, well, how often does your nephew turn 13? Especially in the scenario like we're in, where he can't celebrate his birthday, he can't have his friends over or family to come and visit him and give him a present. Yeah, so that's that one. I did another one for him. Well, it was actually one that he started. Yeah. At Christmas time, I took my console down because they live down the coast about 200 k's, and I took the console down with me, and he started. He was watching me do it, and he said, "Oh, do you want to do one?" And he said, "Okay, I'll have a go." So he started doing this, and it didn't look very good, but he was having fun, and that's the important thing. And I said, "All right, look, just leave it with me, and I'll finish it off for you." So this is how it ended up, and this one's the Lamborghini. Again, different colour scheme, different mix of colours, but I was trying to keep it in the colours that he'd originally chosen. Just realised I don't have my name on that one. Oh, I know why, because it's his. I didn't put my Iflowboy on it. So that's that one. I'll show you a couple of Diablos. I really love these two Diablos, and the design, when I tell you, well, you'll see, you'll just go, "Oh, really? Oh, okay." Let me show you this. I think if you can wait 5 minutes, you'll like to see this. Actually, both of them are nice. Give me maybe not even 5 minutes. What about that? You like to look at that one? And this was such a simple livery to do. I think there might have been a little bit of work. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's just so striking, and yet it's such a simple livery. Like I'm saying, I don't think I had to do too much. It's just the little things about the accenting of the lines and getting them right. Yeah, it's been in. I've put it in a few car shows. But just the wheels as well. It just really sets it off. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's just the contrast of the black being broken up by the red and the grey. And then you've got the really brilliant white. It just looks good. And then the yellow one was even simpler, because the yellow one is actually the standard GT yellow colour that you get the car in. So if you go and get the standard Diablo GT in the game, this is the yellow. And all I've done is I've just enhanced it, and that's what I try to do. I'm always just trying to enhance the way a car looks, and sometimes it can be really simple, like that. Change the wheels, pick a right shade of blue and then a couple of off shades of the blue, and put, again, because it's a road car, I don't go nuts with the decals. I love the little mirror decal as well. It really works well with that style of mirror. And again, it just looks mean, just looks imposing. You see the line work on the roof. It's a pity in the game that you can't see the roofs. I do some of my best work I've done on the roofs of cars, and when you're in car shows, you can hardly see it. It's like, oh, it's such a frustration for me. So yeah, so all I've done, that front air dam there is blacked out as the standard, so I've just colour filled it. It's not the exact same yellow. If you look closely, you'll see there's a slight tone difference, but it's so hard to tell. And then I've just added the striping. And bang, simple. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. I've been in communication with Polyphony, and I've given them some feedback. Whether they might take it and throw it in the bin, who knows? But I'm hoping with the next development that they do introduce some more angles. I really think that in the next game they will actually dedicate more to car shows because it's just become such a popular thing. This one, I'll show you this one too, because this one is I don't know if you know that you're English, so you must know of Pink Floyd, the band. These are custom decals that I did because I'm a bit of a Pink Floyd fan, and so I did 3 album covers. This is Dark Side of the Moon, the album cover, and that took me ages to do, getting that blend right and having it finish into that duct correctly. Yeah, like, you know, adding spoilers and air dams and all that sort of stuff. I agree. Then on the bonnet I did the wall, so that's all custom. And then on the roof I did Animal House, and that's all just me just doing that custom decal work, including the shading on the side there. And if you see the album cover, you'll see why that shading on the, I guess it's on the top of it as we look at it on the screen, why it's like that, to effectively imitate the shading. Yeah, that thing, I'm most proud of that. In terms of all the decals I've made, that's something that I'm the proudest of. What other Lamborghinis can I show you before you've got to go? I mean, if you've got to go, you've got to go, but you let me know. Do you like the Miuras? I've got a Miura there. I don't know if I'm happy about the livery on the Miura. This is a Hurricane. I don't take this car out very much, actually, this one. Did this one quite a while back. Actually, there is one thing I do want to show you, because I want to see what you think of it. You're going to head on Star Wars? What do you mean? As in play the game Star Wars on your PlayStation, that's what you mean. Yeah, alright, I'll show you it. It's not a Lamborghini, it's actually a Mazda GR1. Oh, you want to see GR2 cars. I'll show you one GR2 car really quickly. There's one there. And then I'll show you the GR1 car. I want you to tell me what you see at the front when you look at it, because I want to see whether it worked. I love driving this car. This is probably my favourite. Well, between it and the SF19 Dallara, it's probably my second favourite race car. And this was a reworked design. The original design was very, very basic, and I only reworked this design about 3 weeks ago. So that's that one. I'll show you a really radical GR2 one. It's also a Honda. Manufacturer. Or a Honda. This one. Ah, that's right, yeah. I remember now. I remember. Yeah, this one is all individual. You know, they're supposed to be like balloons, I guess, but each of those Each of those squares is a checkered symbol that I've had to play with. I just went for a really radical sort of design. It's a bit crazy. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I don't think there's any symmetry to it. Well, maybe there is from left to right. But yeah, that's pretty radical. Alright, now the one that I want to show you is this Mazda. I think it'll be under Mazda. Yeah. I'll go straight to the front of it. I want you to look at it. Tell me what you think it looks like. And I'll see if I've achieved what I wanted to do. Yeah. I'm hoping that you'd tell me what I've tried to make it look like. You worked it out? I tried to make it look like a snake, like a cobra, king cobra. Yeah, I tried to make it look like a cobra, like a snake. Maybe I need to go up higher. Really? You think it looks like a fish? Shit. Everybody else says it looks like a snake. Oh, okay, fair enough. It looks like a fish, it looks like a fish. Everybody sees things differently. That's fair enough. This is really hard to do, this design, because because of the multi-layering just here and through here, and then the angles here. Getting those lines right because of the shape of that. What happens with lines is they twist, and shapes twist as well. So it takes a lot of work to get it right, and that line there on the middle support. Ah, massive whale, yeah, like all the baleen, yeah, sticking out, fair enough. Yeah, and then I just try to do this swoop lines on the roof. You would have noticed that the words old school are on most of these designs. They're not on all of them, but they're on all the ones that I've done. There was a friend that used to play PlayStation with us. He was in his 50s and he died of cancer last year.